Oh, man, it's the Mike Calta after show on 1025 The Bone. I just got a text from my good friend Mike Calta. Look at me name dropping. He said it's always Hoppe Hour, so thanks, bro. You know how when you listen to classical music and it sounds very outdated, or you listen to the Beatles and it sounds very outdated, but when it first came out, like I wasn't alive when Beethoven came out, but when Beethoven was out or the Beatles, it probably sounded new. It's crazy to think that there was a moment in time where EDM sounded cool. Man, I was going to all these parties, sneaking in growing up, and they'd be playing this. Then I'd be told to leave because I drank too much vodka, allegedly, and you wonder why I'm a damaged person. But then again, I needed to hold my booze. 727-579-1025 and 1-800-771-1025. So normally, if Hoppe Hour and it becomes Hoppe in the morning someday, and I have a morning show someday, I'll talk about celebrity news and rant and that. But today it's Thanksgiving, and who cares about Piers Morgan and Meghan Markle not getting along, or Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson having nice MILF sex? I want to hear from Tampa Bay. What are you doing for this Thanksgiving? How's it going on? So let me get to these calls, because these people have waited on hold. 1025 The Bone. What's your name and what's going on?
Hey, John. What's up, Ryan?
What's up? What's going on, bro?
Hey, man, you said you wanted to bond with us, right?
Yeah, what up?
Hey, I got one thing I'd like to talk to you about. Do you ever feel like, you know how you're quick to say how you feel and your emotions and all that? But you feel like you ever feel like sometimes you say more than you should?
Oh yeah, all the time, every single second of my life. Is there an example that you're thinking of?
I mean, just like today, you mentioned like people who talk about you or this or that. I mean, if I had one piece of advice for you, and I was small growing up, like, you know, damage as well and all that, I would just, like, 2 words that you can remember.
Yeah.
Less. Like, if you feel, you know, if you just didn't mention all that stuff to us, the listeners, like, dude, you would seem so much more confident and, like, power, dude, like, you know, like, F all those people and all that. Like, I know, like, you kind of, you're putting it in the universe whenever you're saying it, but, man, you would seem, like, so much more confident if you just didn't mention all that, you know, like, you know, maybe bottle that up, use it in the gym or whatever. But, I'm just, you know what I mean? That's the only piece of advice I have for you. You're a cool dude, man.
I appreciate that, bro. Thanks for the call. 1025 The Bone, you're on the air.
Yo, what's up, man?
What's going on, bro? What's your name?
This is Sean.
What's happening?
Hey, I was just, like, at work, and you were just blasting some Cinema by Skrillex. And,
Hell yeah.
oh, shoot, here he goes. Yeah, I saw him play like, about a month ago, and it's been, like, 5 or 6 years since the last time I saw him, and it was dope. But, hey, doing great, man. Hope you keep it up.
Well, what was, wait, first of all, how old are you? I'm 28. Dude, isn't it weird to think that, like, it's really not that good of music? Because in the moment when we were younger, because you're class of 2014, I'm 2012. Oh, well, yeah, so even closer in age. So, like, we're 90s babies, and it's weird to think that in the moment we're allegedly at drinking parties and hanging out, and it sounded so cool, and now, like, a decade later, man, it just sounds so archaic. I love it, but it did not transition throughout the rest of the 2010s.
Actually, though, like, so when I was in high school, and that stuff was first coming out, I was like, I don't know. And then I went to, like, whatever you want to call it, a rave.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, got my mind blown. I was like, dude. And then I just got put on the bass music, and I'm still into that. Hey, but, you know, not maybe as much as in my early 20s, but it still gets me going.
The first time that I ever heard this song, and I'm going to play it for you. Hang on the line 1 second while I load this up. The first time I ever heard this song right here, I don't even know where I was, but this is probably the greatest moment of my life, man. You like this song by deadmau5?
Yeah, I like deadmau5.
Now, are you a person that partakes in it? Like, do you have to be on something else? Or are you one of the, like, so you can listen to it sober?
Yeah. So, honestly, my favorite artist in that scene was Bass Nectar.
Me too.
Like, he kind of, you know, with all the stuff that's going on with him, so that took me out of the scene, plus COVID for a good bit. But when I got to go back to Halloween, and then I went to a show at Janice, like, last Friday, and I was just like, man, it's still here.
Where does this... Where does this song take you? Like, does this take you down memory lane?
It takes me to like family gatherings with Basehead. It's just really.
What is a family gathering with EDM music? Because I grew up Roman Catholic, and my family, I know that last guy said, oh, don't manifest negative things, but I'm just being real. Like, my family looks weird on me. Like, what is a family gathering like where you're listening to Bass Nectar? I find this fascinating.
So his shows, man, like people would travel from all across the country to go see Bass Nectar play at like the Hampton Coliseum. Like I traveled there 3 times to go see him play for like 2 or 3 nights in a row. And like the energy that was there from all the, just like the people, like people that were our age, that were all traveling, that all enjoyed the music. I don't know, man, like words can't describe that kind of like, just like community gathering. And ever since he fell off, it's not really there anymore, but you know, you can still go to festivals and stuff like that and get that vibe.
So it was funny. I interned at this radio show in Chicago where I'm from. It was like a brokered show at night. During the day, it was FM, liberal talk radio, and at night it was an EDM show called Dance Factory Radio. It was kind of like Adult Swim, how during the day it's normal, and at night it's weird. And they had this thing called EDM Nation 2014 that I interned and worked at, and I saw the Chainsmokers with the song Selfie, and I remember everybody was making fun of them. They're like, oh, they're not going to go anywhere. They suck. And then they literally, I mean, they had a great life, dude. Who would have thought that? I mean, would you, if you were to be a famous artist, would you rather make it big for your whole life or make it big and then just hide?
An artist myself, so I don't know what that lifestyle can do to you. Like I know some people go through it as artists, and other people, like the Rolling Stones, are still playing shows after 50 plus years, you know?
It is weird to think that we're all going to get old, and then at some point, like EDM music, it's going to be like seeing Mick Jagger, where there's going to be like, it'll be like 2070, and they're just going to be out there spinning, and we all got our canes. That's depressing. All right. Thank you, bro. Go on.
Yeah, take it easy.
All right. Thanks, homie. I got to figure out how to say goodbye to callers without being awkward. But then again, you know, 727-579-1025. Oh, is this a listener from Orlando?
Oh, no, not from Orlando. Well, Orlando area code, yeah, but I stay in Tampa.
What's going on? What's your name?
My name is Josh.
What's happening?
Yo, hey, man, listening to that last guy talk about bass takes me back. Just like, it's incredible. I had to call just because I was listening to that guy. One of those people that was in the scene really heavy, and then the whole bass thing happened, and then yeah. But I just wanted to call in and just say you're doing a great job, and then you know, what's up to that bass head that just called a second ago.
Yeah, isn't it crazy? You know how like I appreciate the compliment first of all. Don't you find it weird? Like, you know how there's those memes where they'll be like, there was a last time you went out biking with your friends, or there was a last time that your dad picked you up. You know what I mean? You've seen those memes?
Yeah, absolutely.
Isn't it weird to think that there was just a last time? I know you can go through Spotify and hear Bass Nectar and all these bands, but isn't it weird that there was just a time in the 2010s where we just decided to no longer really listen to new EDM?
Yeah, it really is true. I know right now, even I'm 28, so I'm the same age as you. I'm kind of just stuck. I don't really listen to a whole lot of newer music, so I'm kind of just stuck in the same older music that I was listening to. So, yeah, I totally agree with that.
Well, bro, any fun plans before I let you go? What's going on for your Thanksgiving?
Oh, man, I'm going to go see some family, and that's pretty much about it. Going to eat it up, smoke it up, you know.
Thank you, bro. 1025 The Barn. I'm getting to know the neighbors. What's going on?
What's up, man? I listen to the show, the Roger JP show, and I love your hustle.
Yeah.
Just have to say one, since I listen all day. I'm not in radio, so you know better than me, but it's coming across that you're yelling and talking way too fast.
All right. No, I get it. No. The old me, 2018, I would have been mad, and I would have said, oh, how dare you in that, and I would have hung up. But I'll just say, I appreciate the call, and now I'll hang up. 1025 The Bound, you're on the air. What's your name?
Mason.
What's going on, bro?
doing, Hoppe? You doing good?
I'm doing phenomenal. What's happening?
I just wanted to talk to you, get personal. I want to know where you're from. Everyone talks about you all the time. I want to know where you're from.
So I say that I'm from Chicago, but it's like saying you're from Tampa, but you're from, like, I don't know, some suburb. I am from Arlington Heights, Illinois. We had 2 murders in the 2010s. Like, nothing was really happening. It was like a huge suburb. And I grew up listening to radio, went to a radio trade school. I guess I talk loud. I worked in Cleveland for like 2 weeks, and then I've been here in Tampa. So I guess you could say I'm from Chicago, but I'm not really.
Are you a State fan?
Of who?
Iowa State?
Not really. I never really got into any of that. I mean, I guess I would like Illini, I guess, but I never really watched. I remember the Illini in 05 had like Darren Williams, and they were good, but why? Why do you ask?
I don't know. It's either F State or the other team. I don't know.
No, I feel you. What do you got going on for Thanksgiving? What's on the agenda for you?
I am going to my neighbor's house, and then I'm going to a lake house and bonfire and smoking, drinking, and that's it.
Hell yeah, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you for the call, and I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
You too.
I'm just going to keep talking to the neighbors here. Once again, I just don't want to go too much off of the agenda. I mean, I know I already have by not playing the news, but I'm just saying I don't want to rant on here. You can listen to that on my podcast, Hoppe Radio, on every single platform. 1025 The Bone, you're on the air.
Good morning, Hoppe. Thank you so much. Doing a great job. Happy Thanksgiving. Keep up the great work.
Is this Carol?
It is.
I have made it in life because Carol has called the first time I took over a radio show. What's going on?
I love it, Hoppe. You're doing excellent. I love it.
What are your plans for Thanksgiving, Carol?
Oh, going to spend it with the family, the grandkids, my daughter, her husband, the whole bunch.
Awesome. Any good food you're making, or is it just the usual turkey and whatnot?
Well, I'm going to make a turkey casserole, which is like everything. Everything is like layered and then cheese on top. It's awesome.
I should have had that on the Sporkle this morning. It was really hard because I had to find 20 foods that you have on Thanksgiving if people heard the Sporkle this morning. And, man, it's really the same thing over and over again. It was hard finding 20 things you eat on Thanksgiving.
You did a great job. Excellent. I'm so glad to have you guys there instead of repeat.
Awesome. I appreciate that. Have a good day, Carol. Love you too. I didn't mean to hang up on that. We got 4 minutes left, so let me go through these calls. You got 30 seconds. 1025 The Bone. What's going on? 1025 The Bone. You're on the air talking to hundreds of thousands of people. What's going on? Oh. The first person that hangs up. I guess I got nervous when I said hundreds of thousands. 1025 The Bone. Who's this?
Yeah, hey, Hoppe, it's Lisa.
What up?
I just wanted to let you know, number one, you're doing a great job, and you handled that call from Bob. He sounds like a psychopath.
Bob's a good dude. Bob's just here's how I can explain Bob. He's into conspiracy theories. So that's all I got to say. He's awesome. I love Bob, but he's into conspiracy theories. So that's it, but he's cool.
Got you, but you just handled the call really well, and I appreciate you. Also, I wanted to tell you, I'm on my way to Jersey from Florida. I'm in Virginia right now, and I've been listening to The Bone all along the way. But I'm a major Giants fan, and I totally agree with you about, the Thanksgiving, with the Lions and everything like that. They should switch the teams like maybe every year, give them a chance to, do something. So I'm pretty pissed off that, Cole McCoy with the Cardinals is doing so well, and we threw him away. It's pretty disheartening.
Well, if there's anything I know about Colt McCoy, I don't know the guy. I've never hung out with him, probably never will, but he never does this in the long term. Ever since I think he was at Texas, he does good and then he fizzles out. There's a reason why he's a backup, so I wouldn't worry. Real quick before I let you go, what are the roads like?
There was accidents. Major accidents. On the way up until I got to Virginia, everything was great, but I left last night, so now it's daytime.
Well, drive safe and make sure you listen to Roger and JP up next, because every day is like a best of because they're great, but today we have a best of set up, and then we have Drew Garabo live. Sounds good?
Absolutely.
Awesome. You too. All right, we got to go through these calls. 1025 The Bone. What's going on? You have like 30 seconds.
Hey, Hoppy.
What up?
This is James. And being an EDM person myself at 51 years old, digitalyimported.com. Hit it up. All the EDM channels.
Can you, are you on any form of social media?
Not really.
If you have the time, DM me that website because I have to take other calls, but I'm definitely into it. Sounds good? All right. Just look up Ryan Hoppe on Facebook. I don't want to give out my email. Thank you. All right. Real quick, 1025 The Bone. Yeah, what up?
Bro, you're doing a great job. This is Weez Wang, Andy.
What's happening?
Don't talk too loud. You're the man.
I'm from the Midwest. What am I supposed to do? Whisper? I'm from Chicago. We yell. It's an angry city.
Oh, dude, you bring the high energy. What's wrong with these people? They're like, oh, don't let people know about this and that.
Yeah.
Bro, you're genuine. You're honest.
Awesome. Thank you, bro. All right. I am so sorry I didn't get to you sooner. I really appreciate you holding. What's your name?
My name is Bill.
What's happening?
Not much. I was driving in the morning, and I listened to Kelta and all that. So I drive 2 hours.
Yeah, he's a very good show.
Great job.
That means a lot, man. What I love is I love hearing that from you. Like, radio people can tell me I'm great. My bosses can tell me I'm great. But when I hear it from the average Joe and Janes that listen, you guys are the reason the Bone is awesome. So I sincerely am thankful for you, sir. And I'm not just saying that to blow smoke up.
No problem. Because I hear your name all the time. I listen to little clips here and there in the morning, driving almost 2 hours to work every day. And I appreciate it because I'm sitting here and things like, wow, he's a little bit different. You really didn't want to do this, did you?
I was very nervous, and I got to move on, but I thank you for the call. You were on hold for a while. I feel bad. 1025 The Bone. What's your name?
Hey, my name's Gabriel. How you doing, Hoppy?
What's happening, Gabriel? Real quick.
Hey, yeah, I never heard you before. Just want to say I love hearing you. It's a great show. I love the change today, and I just want to say back from earlier, I've grown up on EDM. I love Skrillex, Knife Party, Bass Nectar. I'm all in the car audio. We've decked our cars out. I've been enjoying them for 10 years now and continuing on to love them.
So I'm about to end the show, but since you called, I'm very flattered. Is there a song you want to hear me end the show with? Real quick. I could type it in.
Probably Bangerang by Skrillex. It was the very first dubstep I ever heard on my mom's little TV system, and it was the best thing ever. It's how I got into it.
Well, sir, I'm going to let you go, but you'll hear that in about a minute. Sounds good?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Hoppy. Happy Thanksgiving.
You too, bro. Well, everybody, this has been, I don't know what this was, but this was Hoppe Hour, I guess. I appreciate everybody listening. I am out of here. Go to every single platform once you're done listening to The Bone. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, Spreaker, and search up Hoppe Radio, Hoppe Radio, and spread the word.
It's the Mike Calta After Show on 102.5 The Bone.